Hello and welcome. I am the Restless Kaiser.
I'm Jonny B.
And we are Modelling for Advantage. Mate, that was a bit good, wasn't it?
Whoa.
What do you reckon?
Mate.
So, John, should we record that? Nail it. Done.
Just cut that bit out and slap it at the front of everyone.
And just screw it up every other time. Risk it each time. Gamble.
No, we got to gamble.
Got to gamble. Got to gamble.
Every time.
So, today we're not looking at a character specifically. We're looking at a particular model from the Grey Hunters range. And this one was another Kitbash.
Of sorts.
So we'll have a look at the model. What we're talking about is the Grey Hunter Standard Bearer.
Indeed.
Games Workshop do make a Grey Hunter Standard Bearer.
Okay.
But there's only one.
Right.
And this is because we play power level.
Now, when you say there's only one, you mean there's only one in existence, or there's only one pose?
There's only... Yeah, it's like literally, it's
only
rarer
one.
than a Fabergé
There's
egg.
only
There's
one
somewhere. You have to quest for it and stuff.
Yeah,
No,
you're
there's
not
one
a fan
pose.
of the only one option.
The only
You're
one
not
option.
a fan
I don't
of
like
that.
the only one
We
option.
don't want that.
No. Especially with some of those, they often stylistically look different from the other multi-pose kits.
Yeah.
Some of those. I looked at it and thought, he looks alright, he looks wolfy, but I don't want 4 of them in my army. So why don't we use like the bits of old tat that are in everybody's got a big bits box, right?
Plenty o tat in your army, sir. I meant in your bits box.
So I had a look at this. But to say just on power level, so this is the Grey Hunter. Why was it important to kitbash this more so than just sticking a flag on? Well, the Grey Hunters are the Space Wolf Tactical Marines.
Yeah.
When you start taking casualties, you got to take models off. So you want to cram as many of those weapon options on the one model and take them off last. That's my thinking.
Have you got similar options as a... Because you said this is like the Space Wolf Tactical Squad. Have you got similar options then? Like heavy weapon on the dude bro?
No, we're much more limited. So our options, whereas you get a special weapon, and if you take a heavy weapon, and then sergeant weapons, combi weapons, we get power fist, power sword, power axe.
Okay.
On the sergeant.
Wow.
And our sergeant doesn't have +1 leadership.
What? Which
means our sergeant is really, his only value is that he can take that melee weapon. So it's not necessarily the same choice when you're taking casualties.
You can just do one then. He's not helping out, is he? Other than fisting the enemy.
Fisting the enemy. I mean, if that's an option, then you're going to keep it.
Well, yeah, true.
So, but we do have a lot of options within the squad.
Okay.
There's not as much variety, but there's maybe more equipment overall. So if we list the war gear options, look, any Grey Hunter may take a chainsword.
Boom.
One Grey Hunter may take a wolf standard. So that's 2 hands already, right?
Yeah.
Then this guy, by default, has got a bolter and a bolt pistol and some grenades. He doesn't have enough hands for all this stuff.
Where's he going to put all that crap?
Then further down the list, he may replace his bolt pistol with a plasma pistol. So the guy needs 4 hands. So I said, John, this guy needs 4 hands. How are we going to address that problem?
I know a good way of doing that, you see. If you get a Gene Stealer dude...
Oh, yeah, you get a Gene Stealer, yeah.
And you give him a good old... Mwah!
The Gene Stealer kits.
Boom.
Yeah.
Shating, 4 arms, job's a good one.
Right, well...
No,
let's not talk about Chaos Gene Stealer cults, because that's a really difficult question.
Okay.
Chaos Gene Stealer cults. Let's talk about how we kitbash this. So to start with, I said, how do we do this? And you came up with some ideas. Top of the list.
Mate, this is a proper collaboration, this one. So the only sections that I really did on this was the banner in itself. You gave me the arm, and you gave me, I think it's a back banner from the sergeant dude.
The old
little extendable.
Yeah, I don't like those. Do you like them?
Mate.
You've got them.
Extendable, telescopic, banners.
I like the idea that when the sergeant dies in the squad.
Oh mate, you just push the button.
Then someone further down. Beep, beep, beep. And you zzz, down comes the flag.
Pretty sure.
So you upgrade the power fist, like transforms onto his hand, and his sword gets an upgrade, like ready to go.
Pretty sure that's exactly how it works. But anyway,
somebody needs to make that as an animation.
I'm sure. I was going to say I'm sure we know somebody that's got the talents to do that, but then I actually thought about it and.
The digital animation?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I don't know any talented people, John.
I don't know anyone.
Do you know any talented people?
So that is the back banner that you'd normally stick on a sergeant.
Yeah.
Had to cut away because I wanted the actual standard pole to be a nice solid bit so it doesn't break as easy, like if you're going to put it in a case or whatever. If I was to do 2 parts to that, it would just bloody snap off all the time. So I cut the whole thing, the actual pole there, the banner pole is all one piece of...
Your favourite and mine.
What is it? It's brass rod.
Hollow brass rod, isn't it?
Yep.
Is it 1.8 millimetres?
It is 1.8. It's mostly not. It's mostly like 1.6. I don't know.
And do we have an affiliate link where people can buy them?
Not yet, but we will. I'm
no,
sure.
Because we probably should. We're talking about brass rod in each of these videos.
From any standard modelling store.
Model making places got this. It's 1.8 mil hollow brass rod, and you like that because it will take a paper clip.
I like
as a suitable
it
pin.
Because there's always offcuts when I'm at work, and it works perfectly.
Right. Okay.
So there we go.
Actually, is a model maker for a living.
Some
Not miniatures,
some would say otherwise. Yes. So the whole rod, I had to do that, to achieve that as a solid piece. You have to cut away the original banner pole, which is moulded to
the back of the banner.
So you got to get in there. You got to, get rid of most of it with the clippers. And then go in there either with a file or, I mean, I love living dangerously, so I got my scalpel out and cut most of it away, sand it back.
And that's why you have no active nerve endings in
That's why I have no feeling in my hands.
Yeah. Because there's a scalpel in there all too often.
And then with that, you can just drill a little pilot hole in the crossbeam, the horizontal part of the banner, and that will give you access to put the pin in and just square up the actual banner pole. Yeah. So that was... Oh, and the bottom bit's got a little, I don't know, pick a generic end of a axe / sword / whatever.
Right,
and get that on the end of a pommel, yeah.
I actually have not painted that anything other than lead belcher, have I?
That's fine.
So should have done something.
That's fine.
So
that was
my
main contribution.
That was the only sort of unique modelling piece. The rest of it was a genuine sort of kit bash rather than any modelling involved.
All from all readily available kits, which you did most of. So run us through.
Well, so starting with the other things that you did for me. On the back of this, we've got the bomb slung chainsword. I love the bomb slung chainsword.
I like it.
But two reasons I like the bomb slung chainsword. One is it frees up a hand.
Yes.
It allows some of my there's a lot of bolter and chainsword going on in the Space Wolves.
Yes.
And there's only so many one-handed versions of those, so they start looking very similar. The bomb slung, maybe. The bomb slung chainsword frees up the hand. I could have some two-handed. I could have some one-handed and a pointer.
Yeah.
Sort of that thing. But also painted yellow, it just breaks up that wall of blue on the back.
Particularly,
I got a bit
very well.
Gone a bit crazy with yellow cowling on weapons to break up some of the blue.
It really does work.
So where did that come from then? Because that is not part of a standard. I'd seen them. I can't remember whether it was some of your guys or some of the other guys down the club. But I'd seen these bomb slung chainswords and thought, I need them.
Yeah.
I need lots of them.
I mean, you say these come from a standard kit, believe it or not.
A standard kit.
A standard kit, readily available, and it was the Mark III armour, which is the same as, your Plague Dude bros.
The Death Guard.
Death Guard.
That's the kind of big helmet, look like I should be jousting armour.
Clanky armour. So it's from that kit, which I think they brought out...
The Mark III.
Yeah, the Mark III Iron Armour it's called.
Oh, right, yeah, that one.
Just to let you know, Iron Armour.
To let you know, Iron Armour.
They come with a bump slung chainswords. Originally they were available in one of the board games, the board games they brought out.
Was it like Betrayal at Cal?
Yes.
And there was another one?
Burning of Prospero.
And that came with about 50 Marines?
Yep.
Some Custodes was where they came from.
Custodes and the science.
And some cardboard that nobody ever used.
Exactly.
So they bought them for the miniatures.
It smells so good
And the Dreadnought.
It smells so good.
The cardboard?
Yeah. Oh, anything.
So you get that? Yep. I thought it was strictly Sharpies, John.
No.
You sniffed a cardboard as well.
Glue, cardboard, anything. Anyway, that is from that box set specifically, but you can buy them in boxes of 10. I think they did it. They were like, that was the intro. Here, have a board game, which nobody's ever played. And then, but they brought it out as a separate kit after.
Yeah. And I think like in Australia, Horus Heresy is still really big.
It's still
some
a big
areas
thing.
Where it's out there.
I've never gotten into it.
It's not played around here. Yeah, because it's 7th and people didn't like it.
Yes. That's your bomb slung.
That's my bomb slung chainsword. So that was good. The other bits then, the plasma pistol is just a standard plasma pistol from the Wolf Pack kit. But the bolter, so I've seen people have like back mounted bolters and so forth. And they're often just sort of glued on, like they're hovering somehow on the backpack. Or wedged between his head and the backpack. It's like, well, that doesn't look very practical. But on the Thunderwolf kit, there's a couple of slung weapons that look like they're supposed to be attached from the saddle, just kind of flapping about on the side.
That's where this one's from.
And that's just one of those, yeah, but it looked like a practical way of carrying it. It's actually attached on a leather strap there. Yeah. He is actually carrying that. Now, this guy is going to look a bit like a hobo on the move, isn't he? All clanking with all these bits swinging low. He needs an enamel mug hanging from his backpack.
He's not going to be picked for any stealth missions, is he? That's
he
for
is
sure.
not. He is not. The shoulder pads from the Space Wolf upgrade sprue is the wolf head one, which has got that kind of bit of armoured exterior. Yeah, that one.
So what's that bit? It's like a little pauldrony doofer bit.
It's like a little pauldrony doofer bit, yeah.
Mate,
I painted it Balthazar gold and put a bit of Agrax on it and didn't worry anymore about what it was.
Very schmexy. And what's this dude?
I found when you put some Agrax on the model, it's probably done.
Bottle talent, mate.
Bottle talent, that's what it is. So, the other shoulder pad. So that was a decision that I'd come to once the collection had reached a certain point.
Right.
That comes on the Wolfpack upgrade sprue. They're pack markings. Originally, I just scattered them throughout the models that I had just to break up a little bit of variety. But I've reached that point now, which is why we're doing these kit bashes, saying I've got all of the different models I need to play the game. So now let's think about getting them into squads where everybody's got the same pack markings. Now I know what that means,
right,
and so forth, and building models that you really don't need just to complete the squad. So that was the thinking there. Of course, the big problem with this guy is the head.
He looks very familiar.
He looks an awful lot like Nigel. We kit bashed these models at different times, and it's only now doing these two videos realising he's got the same head.
That's okay. It's his twin brother.
He's Nigel's twin brother.
Yeah, Dave.
I reckon we need to pop that head off and give him a fresh one.
Dave, you got Nigel Stormcaller and his brother Dave, the fisherman. Yep.
Fisherman Dave.
Yep. It's in the
Fisherman Dave does not sound like a great warrior.
It's in the canon. Well, he doesn't. He's not a great warrior. He turns up with a little banner and helps his little mates. You know, like come on, boys.
So probably the next thing to say about that, I talked about the fact that we play power level, but I think it's an important way to look at the kind of models that you have, because power level you don't really play for upgrades. I find the model making side of it much more interesting.
It does.
You can take all the options that you otherwise never going to pay for that banner. I can't remember what it does. Just have a look here. Reroll ones for advances and charge rolls. I think it's something like 10 points. I'm not paying for that on a 5-man squad. These guys are there to hide in a razorback until the end of the game and then jump on an objective. That's what they're there for. But actually, in power level, they've got all of these groovy things, and it's just nice to get those models out on the table.
Mixes it up a bit, doesn't it? Different game.
I like it. Just got this kind of stripped down squads.
Yes. I like our power level shenanigans. And it opens up, as you say, all sorts of modelling opportunities like this.
Yeah, which you would never want any of those. You never do that kind of thing. Right, so that was the Space Wolf Grey Hunter Standard Bearer. I was the Restless Kaiser, and you...
I was Jonny B, believe it or not.
We modelled for Advantage. Thank you for watching.
Cheesy. Bye!
La 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 la.
Bum, 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 bum. I don't know what that song is.
It's our new intro music, mate.
Is that it? Yeah! That's what we were missing all along.
That's what
Not
we've
the
been missing all along.
shonky videos and the shonky audio. It was bloody theme tune.
We need a theme tune. We need Dennis Waterman to sing it.